For years I've been running about like a headless chicken, taking whatever I fancied, not giving a monkeys about those who I hurt along the way, feeling no wiser than when I left home. But I suppose that all got a bit dull. Sometimes change is good, change needs to happen. I didn't want to live under some pompous king's ruling anymore, working myself to the bone to earn nothing but scraps, like every other unfortunate wretch. Time to take a stand. And I have a plan. Got familiar with a notorious band of pirates down in Nassau. One of them includes Edward Teach, better known as Blackbeard. I clued them up on what I was planning, and they decided they wanted in. The goal is, we take control of Nassau and establish some kind of pirate republic, free from any laws or rules. We live how we please. What we take is ours and we answer to nobody. Executing the plan would mean we need more crew members if we've got any chance of actually pulling this thing off. So, I took it upon myself to kickstart the recruitment process. You get all types knocking about around here, so it's best if I narrow it down myself. Don't want some half-wit running the whole thing. Welcome to the Jackdaw, finest ship you will ever lay eyes upon. So, you're in with a bit of luck. We are recruiting crew members to join us on our adventures, but we can't let any old sod join, so I'm going to ask you some questions, see if you're fit for the job. I warn you though, it's not for the faint-hearted. Right, we will start with a pretty easy one. What's your name then? Any nicknames? We've all got one. Maybe that we don't know about, but that others might call us. Nice and simple. Easy. Brilliant. So then, what is your reason for joining us? I did a bit rough, have you? We all have at some point, mate. I won't worry about it. That's one thing that we have all in common. I'm sure you'll get on with the lads just fine. Yeah, we've seen all sorts. Had all sorts of people sign up, you know, thinking they can give it a go, but sometimes you can just tell they're not made of the stuff, you know. Have you ever sailed before? Oh, you have you? Know the ropes? Excellent. We will see for sure, won't we? So, how many sea miles have you done? Okay. Not too bad. Probably not as many as me though, I can guarantee that. Or the lads. Got a fella on the ship, Edward Teach, but you'll probably know him as Blackbeard. Yeah, he's a good lad really. I've sailed with him for some time now. We've all got this idea of how we want things to be, you know. So, what is your choice of weapon? We ask everyone. There's not a wrong or right answer, but ideally it would be good if you were at least trained with a sword. Okay. Fancy yourself being a bit of a swordsman, do you? No worries. I myself like to carry as many different weapons as I can hold. You never know when you'll be short of one, especially when you're in a fight. Yeah, I've been doing it for some time now, but you pick up skills along the way, you know. It's good if you can master all of them. as I say, never know when you might need another if you ain't got a sword on you. How many fights do you reckon you've been in then? I know it's hard to tell, isn't it? A few. I can tell by the scar on your eye, actually. I got one myself. Always seems to be the eye. But I suppose it's pretty smart move in battle if you can blind your enemy. Didn't get us though, did they? That's good to know, that's good to know. You got any more battle scars? Yeah, let's have a look then. Yeah, pretty nasty that one. I suppose it's not always a good sign if you've got quite a lot of battle scars. Usually means that you're a bit crap. But I suppose we haven't seen the other guy, have we? Not bad. It's always the squeaky clean ones you want to be wary of. We've had a few lads try and audition to be part of the crew, but not a scratch on them. They say that, you know, they give it the big one. They say they've been in battles and stuff, but they haven't. Nobody that clean has been in a battle before. Yeah, they're a bit shady. You want to be wary of folk like that. Probably don't want to get around the day. Probably desert us in the heat of the moment. We've had a few like that, sadly, but there ain't a lot you can do. They didn't make it out alive though. Nah, well, we didn't do anything, it was the enemy, really, but they were probably no use to us anyway, to be honest. A lot of them had good hearts, you know, good men, but just can't hack it. Not everyone can, but you show promise, so that's good. You look like you got a trustworthy face as well. That'll get you places for sure. I always know a liar when I see one. So, what do you do when you're stranded on a desert island? No. The first thing you don't drink the water. Do not drink seawater. I thought you'd sailed before. No. I'll give you some advice, just in case it ever happens to you. Your first bet is to make a shelter. You're on a desert island, probably going to be trees around, you know. Make a shelter, get some big old leaves. It's freezing at night sometimes. You don't want to catch frostbite. Once you made a shelter, again, if there's trees, make a spear, catch yourself some fish. You're fed and good to go. Do not drink the seawater. That'll get you killed quicker than anything else. Dehydration. Send a man mental. I've been there myself. Stranded, I mean. I was quite lucky though. I made a fire, which you should also do. Send up smoke signals. There was a nearby ship. Didn't really belong to anyone in particular. Just some nice enough folk, you know. Didn't let on who I was though, obviously. I just wanted to get to safety. But yeah, I was pretty lucky, I must say. I don't really know how long you'll last if you don't have that, if you don't have help, but well, that's some knowledge for you, just in case it ever happens to you. Now, we always ask everyone this. Yes, you can lie, but again, I know a liar when I see one. You don't look the sort. Have you ever been involved in a local cruise? Have you ever been involved prior to now, or no? Alright. You seem to be telling the truth. We'd rather you didn't, so that's good news for you. It's just conflict of interest. We don't all share the same ideals. Here on the Jackdaw, we all want the same thing ultimately. We're all different, you know. Some right weirdos, but they're good men, so that's all we can ask for, really. Good fighters as well. Yeah, they'll help you out in a fight. Yeah, we just ask for honesty. And we want to know why you're here, why you're doing this. You know, a lot of people want to join because they're lonely, and they're the ones that usually desert us. and then they get killed anyway. But some want fame, you know, fortune. Fame don't really get you very far these days though. You're better off doing it for the money, if anything, if you must. But you seem different. So what's in it for you? Pretty noble. I wouldn't have blamed you if you'd said you want it for the riches, but I suppose we all do, you know. It's hard work being out there. We deserve something at the end of it, don't we? Fair enough, fair enough. Now, this is a bit of an odd one, but it's just for my own amusement. Do you have any unique skills or talents? Oh, can you? I would like to see that at some point. I'm sure the crew would as well. Yeah, we've got a fellow on the ship. I wouldn't say this is a particular talent or skill, mind you, but he's completely blind. And his aim is impeccable, like nothing I've ever seen. Absolute master swordsman. But he don't wear shoes. And I reckon he can pick up the vibrations from his feet. He won't tell us though. That's just my guess. But yeah, not as daft as I look. I reckon that's what it is. When I asked him, he just laughed. That's usually a telltale sign. Yeah, each to their own, mate. Each to their own. We've got some right characters on this ship. I think you'll fit in quite well. I think that's what keeps us going, you know, though. All the entertainment, you know. You gotta have that, otherwise it's just hard, isn't it? Right. You've told me your goal in all this. And you have pretty much same ideals as us. Which is that we are doing this ultimately for freedom. We don't want to live under the thumb of some rich bugger that don't care about us, you know. They don't even see the mess that goes on down here. The way people are living is like nothing I've ever seen anywhere else. But yeah, they don't care. So that's why we're making a stand. We've got to do something. We can't all live like this. We're not bad people, really. Well, some of us are scoundrels, but you know, we've got good hearts, really. Yeah. We've got to do something. Can't just let it continue like this. We don't want to live like this forever. It's not fair. But that's why we're fighting anyway. I will warn you though, not everyone's got the stuff to get through it. Not everyone makes it out, but if you've got our back at the end of the day, we'll have yours. Don't you worry about that. Do you have any family ties? I gather not from your travels. Pretty much just a skivvy on the ships, were you? Yeah. Yeah, to be honest, mate, it sounds lonely, but you're probably better off. You never know when it'll be used against you. I've had some ties in my past. Gotta cut them loose in the end. Not good for you. Not good for them. Well, you're seeming like the ideal candidate so far. But we'll get to know you, won't we, as the days go on. So, have you ever been caught in a bad situation? When have you not been caught in a bad situation? Probably the better question. Right, okay. How did you deal with it then? I don't want no heroics, I just want the truth. I had some right stories come out of some right mouths, but I know they're just lying to me. Good laugh though. Yeah. That's fair enough. I understand that. Well, you didn't know him really, so I won't worry about it and don't lose sleep over it. Sleep is a valuable commodity these days. Yeah, need all the sleep you can get, my friend. Gonna need all the energy. Never know when you're gonna find yourself in a bad situation. which in our line of work is most of the time. So, what's your singing voice like then? Nah, it's not important really. Just for my entertainment again. Reckon you're a bit of a singer, do you? Go on then, let's hear a tune. I do not know who told you that you had a good singing voice, my friend, but they are lying to you. Not the worst I've heard, don't get me wrong. But I'd keep practicing, mate, to be honest. Me? Nah, I don't do that. I just like to listen to other people have a go, you know, a bit of a laugh. Although we do have one lad on the ship, got a voice like an angel. Not the best sword fighter though. That's his downfall, really. Yeah, we'll see how long he lasts, bless him. Right then, that's pretty much answered everything I wanted to know about you so far. I guess now we'll just have to see how you fare in the field, won't we? Yeah. Well, you'll be happy to know it won't be me teaching you tomorrow. It'll be Blackbeard. Yeah, but don't go telling everyone though. We don't want his name getting out too much that he's working with us. Yeah, other people try and manipulate him and get him to sell out, you know, but he won't, he's a good lad. Yeah, treats us all well. Yeah, I'll look after you. Me? Nah. I tend not to think too far into the future, really. I just want to make sure that we get freedom eventually. That's what we keep fighting for. Ironically, I'm dying for. Yeah, we've lost a few crew members over the years. You always will, though. Even the good ones, you know. There's a lot that can't handle a sword, or once they're in battle, they can't hack it and just flee, like I said. Nah, we're alright with them, really. We're not too harsh, you know. We just want the best out of them, because it will keep them alive at the end of the day. Yeah. I could see you made a pretty stern stuff, really. Seem alright, though. No, I mean, to be quite honest with you, it's been a close call every time. Even for me, you know. I always think to myself, when's the next one gonna come, you know, what's gonna happen next, sort of thing, but we just push forward, don't we? We're still here, that's all that matters. Just gotta keep fighting. Yeah, I know. It can feel like every day is the same sometimes, but in some ways, it's very different. What kind of adventures have you been on then? Yeah, I suppose being a skivvy on a ship for many years isn't going to do a lot, is it? Not going to show you a lot, really. At least you know your way around a ship pretty good, though. That's pretty valuable these days. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Yeah, I won't worry too much. The lads are really welcoming. It's when you do something shady they're not. We had one fella try and make off with half our treasure, but he didn't make it very far. Nah, well, he didn't make it off the ship, really. Never made it off the ship. He thought if we were having a drink and that he could make off with it without us knowing under our noses, but nah, we caught him. Absolute scoundrel he was. Yeah. I did think he was a bit shady to begin with, but he was ever so good with a sword. Yeah. It's a great shame. Too bad he wasn't an honest person. That's what I mean, we always find him out. Yeah, that's what they all say until they do something, but again, you seem alright. Yeah, there's not many of us. We've been whittled down over the time that we've been doing this for. Yeah. People think we're bad people, but we're not. Depends on which side of the fence you're sat on, doesn't it? To them we are. We're fighting against them, but if they stop for 1 second and actually think why we're fighting, but they won't because they're selfish. They've got their riches. They don't need anything else. They've already got everything they want. Why should they pay attention to us? It's always been like that. It's always been like that. But obviously, we're done with it now. We fight for ourselves and for our freedom. And now you'll fight for your own. No more being a skivvy on that ship. Nah, you won't be a skipper on our ship. You'll be treated like one of us. That I can promise you. So tomorrow you will be doing sword training. Any kind of weapon that we have really on the ship. Yeah, we want to see what you're made of. Nah, don't worry, you won't be fighting me. Yeah, well, I'm pleased to have met you, friend. Don't worry, I think you've made the cut. Yeah, we'll see how you get on tomorrow though, won't we? I want to see how you are with the ropes in the ship as well. Every ship's different, but the Jackdaw's pretty special. Yeah. One of the lads will show you where your sleeping quarters is. I hope you don't mind snoring. It's not too bad, but I will try and cover your ears if you can. Alright then, my friend. I will see you tomorrow. Good night.